What's up, guys? My name is Alexander Soderkvist. I hope that everybody is having a good time with their family over the holidays. Today is, of course, Christmas. Well, no, it's New Year's Eve, um, but Christmas just passed. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from me, and I also want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's, right? This kind of time is important to be with your families. Um, so I hope everybody is enjoying that, and I hope that, everybody had a good holidays. But today, I just want to talk about kind of my financial goals and what I want to do in the long run, or at least within the next year, which is 2026. Kind of what my financial goals and what I want to achieve this year, as for like my positions and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna kind of skip Eris mining. It's already a built position. Um, it's big enough that I will, get the upside, or at least get to feel the upside. Same thing for United Health Group. It's a big position, pays dividends, and you know, Eris Mining and United Health Group are built positions, right? Um, but yeah, my plans for this year are kind of deeper than, you know, just buying and selling stock. There are certain companies I would like to build, mostly for the long term, only one for the short term, right? Which is Hellofresh. I want to buy 3,500 shares to 4,000 shares of Hellofresh, which is about $8,000 to $10,000 Canadian at the price points that I want to buy. Um, then again, Martinrea, which I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right. I would love to build 1,500 to 2,000 shares, which is again 15 to $20,000. This position is, for the long term. I already have 5 shares. I know, big holder. Um, but yeah, I plan to buy, make this a big position. It's one that, I'm bullish on. I am bullish on OEM. I think that these suppliers are kind of cheap. But again, I'm not a financial analyst, so, you know, this is only what I want to do. This is not telling you what to do with your money. This is not giving any financial advice. This is just my financial goals and what I want to do this year, which again can change, but for the most part, this is kind of what I want to do. Exco Technologies, again, it's very similar to Martinrea. They are basically an OEM supplier. They make subframes. They make, well, Exco is kind of lamer, I guess. They make the little kind of boring parts in cars, right? Like they're not like BMW, right? They don't produce their own vehicles, but they make, like the cargo trays, and they make kind of the like not the floor panels, but the thing you could put your feet on. Like they kind of make the boring side stuff, right? But again, subframes. So no matter, who's winning, right? Mercedes or BMW, if competition is hot, doesn't matter because companies like these, they win no matter what, right? At least in my view. Um, they produce for all sides. Um, it's indiscriminate, it doesn't matter who's winning because cars will always be needed, right? So yeah, anyway, so Martinrea is one of the positions that I want to build. It's 15 to $20,000, which is kind of what I have planned for that. Exco Technologies, 3,500 shares for 15,000. Again, I already have 600 shares of Exco. So, I need 2,900 more, which is not that bad. Then Emaar Properties is again um, a stock. It's like Vichy Properties, but it's lesser known. Like it's UAE. Um, and I'm very bullish on the UAE. I think that Emaar is very unknown and, you know, on the wider end of things, right? Like a lot of people, they look at realty income, or they look at Vichy properties, or they look at, you know, lame REITs that are just for grocery stores and stuff. but Emaar kind of does it all, and I think that that's really cool. And so yeah, so this is one of my kind of core holdings that I would like to build eventually bigger than this. I would love to have 10,000 shares of this, but for now, financially, it's not really in the books to build a position that big. Um, but yeah, they also pay a nice dividend. Most of these pay dividends, besides HelloFresh, right? Martinrea pays a dividend. Exco pays a dividend. It's like 6%. Exco, no, Emaar pays a very nice dividend, and Bird Construction also pays a very nice dividend. And so yeah, so 3,000 to 3,500 shares is kind of what I have planned. Maybe even 4,000. We'll see kind of what price point I'm able to do my accumulating in. I currently have 0 shares, which is ironic, but yeah. Bird Construction is another massive, well, it's another company, Canadian company that I really like. I'm very bullish on construction. I think that, it's bigger than just kind of the company fundamentals, right? Like when you look at Bird Construction and Canada as a whole, right? I'm Canadian. Um, we're taking in a lot of migrants, immigrants, um, and these people will need homes. These people need roads. Well, we will need roads. We'll need government buildings. As the population grows, our military will expand. Um, and basically a booming population, which is something Canada has not had for, a long time. But as of recently, it's really been jumping up, and I think that construction is one of the industries that will benefit the most from all of that immigration. Um, and yeah, so I plan to buy 1,000 shares of Bird Construction, which, well, actually at the current price, like I would not be able to buy 1,000 shares for this amount, but I would like to see Bird Construction go down, which I don't know if they will. I mean, realistically, we've been seeing a lot of resistance at their price points. No, okay. Anyway, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of resistance at this price point, which I think that in the long run, I think that it's perfectly plausible to see them go back to here. And if they do, then I will use margin, which, like I said, it's currently $39,000 is my margin use. Um, I would take another 20,000 and build a position with this personally. Not suggesting you do that. Definitely not giving financial advice, but um, yeah, it's just a company that I'm really interested in. Very bullish on them. And this kind of up and down stuff, doesn't really bother me. I see it as a personally an opportunity to accumulate if it goes down. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of my New Year goals. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Um, and I think that these are all very exciting companies. HelloFresh is the only company that I plan to hold for really less than 2 years. Like Emaar is a stock that, I plan to buy or hold for the rest of my life, right? Maybe not forever, but for a long enough time, 5, 7 years, at least. Same thing with Martinrea, Exco Technologies, Bird Construction. They're all long-term holds. But HelloFresh, for me, I only plan to kind of trade it, right? Like, um, if we see a like kind of come back in the share price, which I think we will, once they flip their earnings and they're positive again. I think that it's very plausible to, see this maybe going to the, you know, kind of doubling from here, maybe going to 12 euro, which I don't plan to buy the German version. I plan to buy it on Finra, which on Finra it's like $2. Um, yeah, right here. I plan to buy this. Um, and it's kind of at that point right now, which I find interesting. But we'll see as time goes on. Um, it's one of those positions I plan to build as one of the first ones. Um, a couple $1,000 every month is what I plan to um, accumulate HelloFresh with. And then once it's built, I mean, just kind of hold it for 2 years and see how it does. But yeah. Anyway, so I hope everybody's having nice holidays, and I wish you all the best for the New Year's. And yeah.